kind of like crap because I know Vlad is looking forward to the playoffs, but we got for the last 3 years, we've had some riveting sports
Yeah,
this
last night.
time of year, and now it almost seems like it's coming to a screeching halt. And I need something. I
You got
need
Michigan the day before. Relax.
no, 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 no. I'm talking about locally, man.
Oh,
I don't want to throw that in your face.
you don't have to throw.
That's not me,
I'm just saying.
right? But I'm just saying, like, I don't know how to feel about the Heat, the Panthers. I'm not going to even complain about the Panthers, right? There's excuses and there's reasons. If you can't look at this Panther season and say they got a legitimate reason as to why it went the way it went, shame on you, right? We're trying to look towards the Dolphins, but in all the past 4 years, we've had sports to get us to Dolphin season. Last year, the Marlins did a hell of a job.
And now
I
they're
don't
on
know
our
how that's
station.
going to go, right? So I'm just like, you know, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm a little down with my sports,
Leroy,
but what?
Leroy, you sounded all. Come on, man. Don't listen. Listen.
But that's the reality. Is that not the reality of the situation?
It is. You're
Okay,
absolutely right. And
okay,
we just lost Frog Boy for a second, and I get that. I
okay,
get,
okay.
but we still have, even though last night's the bullpen messed up, we got the Marlins. The
But
Marlins held us down last year, so and now they're on with us now. So you know what I'm saying? We're gonna hear
yeah,
we're
no,
gonna
no, no. Again,
right.
I'm
We
just
got the
saying
Marlins.
as of right now, and part of the reason why I feel that way is because baseball season is so early in the season that we've had other sports to not have to rely on baseball at this moment. That's all
Well,
I'm saying.
we're gonna have
Now,
to rely on baseball now.
yeah, a lot
Because,
earlier than we normally have in years past.
yesterday was a gut like I have to use the
Dude,
words Solana used on one of his social media. It was a gut punching day locally for all the teams down here.
yeah. Well,
It-
I mean, the city of Miami in sports took a offer.
yeah. Sandy was pitching a gem. A gem. You wanted him to have back-to-back complete games. He got tired, and the Reds scored 2 runs in the ninth and then scored 4 in the 10th. And the Marlins lost a game that it would have been great for Sandy to have the back-to-back Maddox, as they call it, where you pitch, then you throw less than 100 pitches and have a complete game. Panthers, I don't even. I saw this late, Leroy. I don't know how they gave up that. Oh my
It
god,
was crazy. And here's the kicker, Vlad. The net was wide
open.
open. I think part of the reason is when the goalie came over, right? If he would have just hung to the post like Bob does. When Bob comes over, he hangs that post. That pass don't get through. But because there was room, the pass got through.
Oh, man.
But that was a gut punch because I thought they had that thing. They looked better for a majority of that game.
And that's the thing I wanted to give them credit, even though we know they're not making the postseason. They're
They
not
play
going to make
hard.
the postseason. They're still playing hard. Like they're
Yeah,
still playing. They're still competitive. So at least like you said earlier, we're gonna give them a pass for what they've given us over the last 3-4 years. And you still and what you're seeing, you know that next season, when next season comes, they're gonna come back with such a vengeance that
right.
you're excited to see some of the young players that maybe on a roster a little bit more next season. And then
I have. Can I just say this about the Heat?
go ahead.
I I have never seen this team at this juncture of the year look so out of sync on the offensive end. I can't explain it. And what happens is that they get frustrated and then give up easy buckets on the defensive end.
Leroy, you're complaining about the offense. What has always been the identity of this team?
Defense. Yeah. But I'm
What's
saying
happened to
the
that
lack of
team?
offense, they're not getting back. They're giving up fast break points. They're giving up easy layups. Like it, the offense, and they've said this a lot, is that we can't let our problems on offense affect us on the defensive end. It affects everybody. It's not just the Heat.
I'm
It seems like you get frustrated
Yep,
and you
Leroy.
hang your head and then give up an easy layup
Leroy, this
and
team,
compound the problem.
for the first time, I can say this team is fragile right now, mentally fragile right now.
Yeah.
Like I've not this. You can say because Bam, I love you. You didn't want to be in the play-in. You've tried your best, but dude, this
This is who
team
you are.
this is who you are. This is who you've been the last 3 to 4 seasons.
You're
The
right.
last 3 4 years, this is who you are. You're mid. You're
Keep
mid.
in mind, even when they went to the finals, they were in the play-in.
Right.
They haven't been a 6 seed or better since
Since what?
then the following
What?
year they were 2. They were second seed.
They haven't been
They were the second
out
seed
of
after
the
they went to the
play-in since what? With the Jimmy missed 3
yeah, that was
against the
after the
Celtics?
bubble. After the bubble,
Yeah,
right?
after the
Yeah.
bubble, right.
Right.
Even when they went to the finals, they were a playing team.
They were a playing team, correct.
Right, that was that first year. That was the first year of being a play-in,
Right.
correct?
So
And
and
then
then the
you've been a
next year
play-in.
they were the 2 seed and they didn't go as they lost in what? The first round or the second round?
I think they were playing again.
No. They were a 2 seed after they went to the bubble.
That was the bubble. I'm talking about when they went to the second final against Denver in 22?
Yeah.
Or 23? No, it was 23. Yeah, 24, 25, 26, bubble.
Bubble. Correct. So and part of it is if you look at all the teams in the NBA and then look at the Heat, they've probably over that period of time have had more lineups than any team in the NBA. I'm willing to just go out on a limb and say that the different combinations they've had to play with because of injuries and all the different circumstances surrounding this team, and you just wonder, like, if they had any kind of consistency, and this is how you have to kind of look at this, how I look at it, would they be any better? Because that's the honest decision that this franchise has to make. That we've said the injuries and getting back to consistency and having a normal lineup and this and that. But I say, okay, I give you that. I give you have a consistent lineup with your reserves, with the minutes they play. You have a consistent lineup for 50 games or 40 games. Are you still in the same spot? I think that's an honest assessment that the franchise has to make, because for the last 3 or 4 years, all we've been talking about with the Heat, not how well they play, not the line, how much they've been injured, how many guys miss, who do you have available? That's been the biggest question before every game for the Miami Heat for the last 3 years. So from that standpoint, how do you go about fixing that? I know you can't fix injuries, but you can also have guys on your team that you know gonna give you reliable minutes. Like, listen, Bam may not be the best player, but the fact that he's there 95% of the time makes him seem like he's the best player. You see what I'm saying? Because he's the most dependable on that team. I need 2 or 3 guys that are that, so you can build something. We got good players that don't play.
Spo has been trying to tweak his lineup all season to figure out what is going on. We will be talking with Tommy Tig in the
He's
next
been doing
hour.
that for the last 4 years.
Last 4 years, and last 4 years we've been in the play-in, and
You've
we
only
have
had
another.
2 consistent players whole season, Marcos and Leroy.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's been
Correct.
Jaime and Bam. That's it.
Jaime and
Jaime
Bam
and
and
Jaime.
well, that he plays. Because
Right.
Kalel,
I was going to say, Kalel wasn't injured. He just didn't get the consistent playing time he deserved.
which at some point, and I think this is the difference between football and basketball. If you're a good player, no matter how much you get hurt, they're going to try to work you back in, even if it's to the detriment of your team. Even if it's to the detriment of, okay, we've had some consistency. We're going to break that consistency up because this guy is a better player, right? In football, we've seen a number of situations where a guy's out for 4 or 5 weeks and he come back and it's like, bruh, I know you're a good player, but your replacement is balling and we ain't going away from that. Just ask Tom Brady. Right? So
Yeah.
and so I think sometimes that portion of it, and me and Tobin go at it a lot about when a guy comes back after missing a substantial amount of time, how he just rolls back into the starting lineup. Right? Like I'm not used to that. I'm from the school of in football that if you get replaced and your guy's balling and we winning, we gonna try to get you back in, but we ain't changing the winning formula. So there's that. But the injuries, how frustrating it is, Vlad. The most important moment of a basketball game for Miami Heat fans the last 4 years hasn't been the game. It's who's available. The 2 hours before the game when you get the lineup.
Definitely important the last 2 years.
Right.
For the Hard Rock.
Yeah. Is so-and-so playing? It's hard to win consistently when the most important aspect of your team or your game is who's available, not even how you gonna play.
Wow, humble and kind one brings up a good point. 28-17 without Hero, 13-18 with Hero.